What's one reason why you think The Big Lebowski's held up so long? Like, and why that character's held up so long? Like, kind of stood the test of time.
It's such a good movie, man. These guys, the Coen brothers, they make it look effortless, but there is effort that goes into it. But they're just so good, man, at what they do.
Yeah.
Look at their movies. Look at the stuff that comes out of their oven, man. It's so good. And God, it's just a good movie. You know, it'll come up on the TV, and I don't watch. You know, maybe if one of my movies comes up, I'll watch a scene or two. You know, I'll see it come up, and I'll say, "Well, I'll just watch till Turturro licks the ball." You know, and then but I get hooked, man. And it's like, you know, eating popcorn. I can't stop.
I know.
Each scene is just so good, and you see new things about it each time. You know, you see more richness. One of the fans came up with me, and he said, "I've got a theory I want to run by you." I said, "What's that?" My theory is that Donnie doesn't exist. He's only a figment of Walter's imagination.
Wow.
And I ran that, but I said, you know, you're right. The dude talks to him once, and when Donnie says, "Your phone's ringing, dude," and dude says, "Thank you, Donnie," but that could be just to, you know, bust Walter's chops.
Yeah.
You know, just teasing Walter, you know. But he doesn't, you know, Walter speaks to him all the time, but the dude kind of ignores him.
Yeah.
Isn't that a bizarre thing?
Yeah, to think that even that some people don't exist and that they're just kind of characters that help you fill in and navigate certain spaces.
And then there's one scene at the end where he goes to the coroner and they get Johnny's ashes. And there could be a missing scene where the dude goes to the coroner prior without Walter and says, "Look, my friend is mentally challenged, and can you just put any ashes in a thing and just
some decent ashes?"
Yeah, and we'll do a thing just to piece, you know. That's a missing scene, but that would make that scenario that Donnie doesn't exist.
That's cool to think about.
It's weird, you know.
Yeah.
Donnie's lines, Steve Buscemi was so great in that, you know, what does he say? "I am the walrus. I am the walrus." That means, shut the fuck up, Donnie. Yeah.
Dude, I saw him at the Knicks game, him and his grandkids.
Oh, yeah.
It was really cool, dude. His grandkid was trying to get me to help him set him up with a chick that was eating nearby. He's like, "Bro, go throw in a good word for me." I'm like, "What do you do? You can do it."
Good.
But I did it. I helped him out. And they had good stuff there. They had some like eggplant parmesan.
I got very tight with a cat named Bernie Glassman. You know that guy at all? Does that name ring a bell? No. So he's a Zen master. He was. He's no longer with us. And I was at a party with, you know who Ram Dass is?
Yes.
So it was Ram Dass's birthday.
Oh, dang. What do you even get him?
So I go, this is what I get him. I say, "Hey, Ram, can I call you Ram? I've always wanted to give you a little head, man." I gave him my head. And he looked at me kind of strange. And then the guy sitting to my left was this like little Jewish guy, you know. And he goes, "Hi, I'm Bernie Glassman." And I go, "Oh, yeah." And he says, "I really dug Lebowski, man." And I say, "Oh, yeah." And I say, "Oh, yeah." And he says, "Yeah." He says, "I'm a Zen master." I don't know if he actually said Zen master, but he maybe said, "I'm really into Buddhism" or something. But he turns out this guy was a heavy Zen master. And he says, Lebowski, it's filled with Zen koans. You know what a koan is? Like, you know, what is the sound of one hand clapping? That's kind of a famous.
Okay.
You know, so it's like a question that you don't have a certain answer. You just have to kind of give you a vibe or trigger something to you, you know.
Let's see that real quick.
Oh, yeah, you can. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
A Zen koan is a short paradoxical story or dialogue used in Zen Buddhist practice. Rather than riddles to be logically solved, they are meant to exhaust the rational mind, allowing the practitioner to break free from the habitual binary thinking and experience reality directly.
Yeah.
Some examples are the sound of one hand clapping.
Yeah. So that anyway, that's a perfect, great definition.
Got it.
So Bernie says, "Yeah, I really dug Lebowski." He says it's filled with modern day koans, and I'm all about bringing Buddhism up to speed with modern day times. I said, "What do you mean it's filled with modern day koans?" He says, "Well, look who wrote in directed it, the Coen brothers.
Oh.
And I say, what's another example? He says,
Yeah, because that one's mid. That one's pretty mid.
Yeah, he says, the dude abides. That's very Buddhistic right there. I say, give me another one. He says, well, my favorite one is That's Just Like Your Opinion, Man. And that is it. That's my favorite one.
At least he came with 3. If he'd only had
no, he goes on. I said, give me another. Shut the fuck up, Donnie. That's another one. They're just, and he was filled with these things. And I said, those are pretty good. He says, yeah, let's write a book, man. I say, what do you mean? He says, yeah, we'll write a book about this. You into it? And I thought about it, and I got such a hit from this guy. You know how you get a hit kind of immediately with people, boom.
Yeah, some people are fascinating. It's like meeting a cool pet in the street.
You just boom.
You keep petting it or whatever.
Yeah. And so we got in cahoots. We went up to Montana for a week or 2 and wrote this book called The Dude and the Zen Master. Oh, you got it up there. It is. There's Burn.
Let's go.
Yeah, man.
And what happened to him?
Huh?
What happened? He passed away?
He died. Yeah. Just,
He could have faked it and he could be in Barbados.
But this guy, I would advise your viewers to check him out. You can Google the hell out of him. He's got so many wonderful books.
Bernie Glassman?
Bernie Glassman.
Kudos
The
to him.
Infinite Circle, Instructions to the Cook. He's was so great. Oh, anyway, getting back to the heads.
Mm-hmm.
So I had this weird idea because I got very involved with his organization called the Zen Peacemakers.
And were you spending a lot of time with him? Like, did you guys have a weekly or daily practice?
I didn't really.
Like, were you becoming a Buddhist? Like, that's what I'm.
Well, I've in my spirituality, we could talk about that. That's a whole kind of I'm interested in all kinds of spiritual stuff since I was a kid, raised, I guess from Christian point of view. But Bernie and I don't know, the word guru kind of sticks in my craw. I just thought of him as a dear, wise friend, man, that really I got so much out of. The sequels are interesting. I've done a couple of movies that are popping in my mind as we're talking about this. You ever see a movie called Starman? So I play an alien, and Karen Allen, I fall in love with her, and she's pregnant with my baby, right? Mm-hmm. Very much like Maude is pregnant with, the dude's baby, man. So that's could open the Little Lebowski, man. Could do a whole thing.
Who would play it though if you had a Little Lebowski? You think
who would play the kid?
Or who would play because that's the redude.
How young can you play, man? How young can
me, dude?
You could do it. You could be like, you could be all my kids. Wait a minute, how old are you?
I'm 46.
Well, see, my girls are 40 and 45.
Are they married?
Yeah, all of them married to good guys, man. Oh, yeah, dude. But you could play the Little Lebowski, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Dude, I like it. And I have to get a job, though, don't I?
No.
Yeah, good answer, bro. That's what the dude would answer. That's the only answer.
Man. Yeah, you're doing it now.
Yeah.
This is what the Little Lebowski dude would be.
Yeah, he'd be podcasting.
He'd be podcasting, man. He'd be an influencer.